Hello, this is Segef with FrontLineTactic, and today I am going to be sharing with you one of my favorite first-person shooters, the STALKER franchise. Now, this one right here that I'm going to be showing you is called Appropriate. It's the third in the series. For those of you who don't know, STALKER takes place in Chernobyl due to a secondary explosion that happens and causes an area of radiation, which is referred to as the zone. And people that live in the zone often are referred to stalkers, which stands for scavengers, trespassers, adventurers, loners, killers, explorers, and robbers. It's a nice little acronym. And what I'm doing here is while we're here at this point, this is an anomaly, is what they call it. And so this one is a chemical anomaly. As you can see, there's basically toxic gas coming out of the field. And what I have in my left hand is a detector. Detectors allow you to find artifacts, which these anomalies will produce. And let me hop up on this rock, and I will show you. So artifacts are like this little guy, Night Star. So it increases my carrying weight while basically slowly irradiating me. And so like this one actually absorbs radiation. So there's different artifacts, and this is, well, I'll tie into the gear that I love so much. That this game has not edible, or I don't know what, not edible as in eat, but edit-able to change. So as you can see here, I got plus 10% armor, 10% chem, 20% impact. So you can augment the armor in a direction that you want. There's actually a tree. The first game, Shadows of Chernobyl, which was released in 2007, they didn't have the augmenting ability. They didn't have repair or modifying mechanics for you to talk to. And so that game was extremely hard for the fact that you had to, something wore out, because everything has durability. As you can see, the green bars down here at the bottom of my gear, as things wore out, you just had to drop it and pick something up new. And so it made it extremely hard for the sheer fact that you couldn't repair it. So you would find a nice rifle, and then if you took a grenade, or took part of a frag grenade, or took heavy fire, or got beat up by a mutant, it broke or was slowly on that direction. And the more injury something takes, the more it misfires or jams, and accuracy goes to hell, essentially. So here's another anomaly here, and this is what makes the game so great. And this is also one of the primary ways to make money in the game. And I don't know if you guys can really see it, but there's ripples. You have like a pocket full of bolts that you can throw. And as you see, I threw the bolt and triggered the flame anomaly. And let's see. Let's pull out my trusty detector. As you can see, there's two artifacts out here. So let's see if we can find them, and then I'll talk more about the game. Oh. There we go. Picked up one. Where's the other one? It's really close. As you can see, my health is actually going down, and grab it. Just gonna go back out the way we came, sprint out, and there we go. And that's essentially how you hunt for artifacts. Periodically in Clear Skies and in Called Appropriate, which is the second and third game, there's intermittent what they call emissions, which is basically the center of the zone lets out this gigantic wave of psychic energy, and it's this scramble to find decent cover, because if you don't find decent enough cover, you basically boil your brain and you die. Now, this is also a hassle because during this time, rival bandit groups, mutants, dogs, wild boars, all sorts of manner of creatures are also biting for potentially biting for the same hiding spot as you are. Thought I heard some dogs. Sorry. The dogs are kind of a pain in the ass because they swarm you. Oh, yeah, there we go. What's going on here? Okay, so let's talk about the mutants now. So, these things are... Let's get my nice accurate gun. So those things are kind of like these weird mutated potato beasts. Oh, didn't even have my gun loaded. That was embarrassing. Just pummeled that one. And then, as you can see, it's not my graphics. You'll see it right there. That guy right there that I have my beat on, the man-looking one. That is called a bloodsucker. It can actually, it has a gravitational anomaly or something within it, and it can bend light around it, causing it to become intermittently invisible. Now, these things will suck your blood. Now, that is a pseudo-dog, which is sometimes a psychically active dog, which can then cause you to hallucinate due to proximity, which often it makes you hallucinate that the pack of dogs or wolves that it's with is bigger. And the wounds are real to you. And so it makes it kind of a pain. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick off these mutants here so I don't have to deal with them. The nice part about the third game called Appropriate is that killing mutants and stuff causes the locals to like you more, as well as it creates safe paths. So if you continue killing mutants, eventually there's less and less mutants. I'm just wasting ammo at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with my trusty street sweeper. This is a semi-automatic drum-fed shotgun. So we're gonna get stuff done. And there I am getting sucked by a bloodsucker. He is draining my blood. Let's reload. Get some distance. They often will turn invisible and try to run behind you. And so that makes them a big kind of pain in the butt. And there you go. That's a nice taste of some of the different wildlife that lives out here in the zone. I'm going to hit F2 to bandage so I can quit my bleeding. So let's talk about the different things. What was nice in the third game is that you have a belt that you can attach things for quick use. So as you can see, I have health pack, bandages, that is anti-radiation drugs, and canned meat. So it's like little sausages or whatnot. I'm actually going to go back to this rifle because I have an abundance of ammo on it. Even though it's not as quiet or accurate as my other gun. But it is what it is. Ammo is expensive here. This game runs off of the rupee, or the ruble system of Russia and Ukraine. I think the going rate for a loaf of bread is 150 rubles. I don't know what it is in real life, but I'm just talking about in game. So I don't know if you can hear the Geiger counter. My vision gets a little staticky, and you get a little radiation symbol. So you also have to worry about various external hazards. But sometimes, if you're willing to get up in the dangerous places, you can find stashed ammunition or food or things like that, which does not look like the case this time around. Got myself irradiated a little bit. Alright, I shook it off. Because that's the nice thing about one of my artifacts I have in my belt, is it actually absorbs radiation. And so I can shake off those effects. So anyway, so I was talking about the plot, about the secondary explosion, and you find out in the various games that scientists have been using the place all this time to perform experiments, and they had one of their experiments, or something went wrong, and the secondary explosion happened. And with it, basically caged a lot of people in, either caged them in or people fled into it because of the marketability of things being found, such as the artifacts with the special, almost like physics-altering abilities, as well as research papers and flash drives that were able to be found and used. And another great thing about this game is that all these places are real locations, done to scale. So let me pull this up. No, that's not what I meant to pull up, sorry. So here's the Jupiter power plant. The Jupiter power plant actually exists. Here's Yanov train station. That place actually exists. And here's Pripyat. And like you can go to, like when you go to Pripyat, you can actually go and view things. Now I've gotten wallpapers from 4chan. People have posted like post-apocalyptic threads and things like that, and I've been able to get wallpapers from Chernobyl and Pripyat and Yantar, and it's just amazing because after playing, I could be like, you know what, I've kind of been there. Oh, here we go. Who do we have? Oh shit. So that's another thing, is you can rescue people. See if we can rescue him from the, I think those are rats. So that's this thing, is like you're doing your thing and like, oh no, these are Snorks. So hey, we get to show you another. Snorks are basically people that have gone feral. And they're called Snorks because they have gas masks on. Like, they have anti-radiation gear and stuff like that. But they sometimes take quite a few hits to put down. So as you can see, they're all like chewed up, burned off. They're feral and they just go wherever. Well, let's see what this poor stalker has. I'm gonna take his ammunition, his bandages, and his food. Where's his friend at? His friend died over here. Ah, it's a good gun. Okay, so here's another thing. So as I loot this guy, so you get the guy's name as well as his faction. So this guy was a merchant. So actually, at one point you could have traded with him. Oh, forgot about the take all button. There we go. Okay, unload. This is often a fairly decent gun just because it has a built-in scope already to it. Not very many guns do. But they're in such piss poor condition, no one's gonna buy them from me, so I'm gonna trash them. But I'm gonna keep the pistol. The pistol's in decent enough condition that I should be able to get get some ruples for it. Another thing that makes this game so great that I absolutely love is this is probably one of the first games that I had that really pushed graphics for me. I knew there was other games out there, so I'm not saying this is the first game out there that pushed graphics. This is the first one that I bought that pushed the envelope of my graphics card, and then it just looks beautiful. And I know there's some textural issues in this game, but by far this has to be, still to this day, some of the prettiest sky graphics and weather graphics that I've ever seen on a PC title. But so Shadows of Chernobyl, it released back in 2007. I want to say I think it released later than or earlier than that, but I'm just going off of the research. I know it took forever to come out. I remember reading info on that it was like partially helped put together by people that used to work at Chernobyl power plant back in the day, and that they were boasting that it had actual locations to scale, and I think had 5 people, I believe, that actually worked on it. Anything down under here? No, nothing. No. As well as this is one of the first games game series that I've ever played that had an open sandbox feel. Oh. Here you go. What I was just talking to you about in a mission. So now we need to check our PDA for our map up satellite link, and it's saying that's the closest and best place for me to go for cover. And so, let's do that. I'm going to switch my shotgun because I know this place and it gets tight quarters. So we can sit down and talk more about things that are going on. So I'm going to hide in the stairwell, basically. Hear that rumbling noise? I wish I could get a better sight. The sky turns red, and during this time, this is actually an emission of just raw psychic energy that is emitted by the zone. The center of the zone, which, if you played the other ones, I'm not going to do too much plot spoils, but if you play the other games, it does link it to something. But so Clear Skies was technically the prequel to Shadows of Chernobyl, which was kind of interesting. So it led up to the events. So after you play Shadows of Chernobyl, you kind of have these main characters and stuff, and these events happen that you're not a part of, but like you find PDAs and other info and letters and discussions that talk about all these characters, such as Fang, Ghost, Threllock, and a couple others. In Clear Skies, you actually get to meet some of these characters that you find dead in Shadows of Chernobyl. Here you go. Here's the psychic waves. Your vision starts fading in now. Should probably watch the door a little bit better so I can... Okay, so yeah, here you go. So you can kind of see how the lighting and stuff. At one point, you're going to see a bunch of birds fall out of the sky. And then came Called Appropriate, which is an actual sequel to Shadows of Chernobyl. And all 3 of these games have a faction system. The third one, not so much. Just has to do with some good deeds, and they like you or don't like you. In Shadows of Chernobyl and Clear Skies, you can actually get to see the meters of the factions.
Attention. An emission is about to hit. Find cover immediately.
So here's the wave coming. Everything starts turning red. I'm deep enough in the cover that I shouldn't have my brain melt. And the faction system was awesome. There was a couple different factions. There was the military faction and the bandit no, you could in the other games actually get with the bandits, I believe. Anyways, the military faction, strangely enough, in the third game you actually play as the military faction. That's undercover, posing as a stalker. A generic stalker. Stalkers are kind of like neutral. But there's such groups such as Freedom and Duty that are in all 3 games. Apparently there weren't really any birds. And we're going to go straight into the thunderstorm. That's awesome. And so I like the factions a lot. There's little tips and tricks to it, and what factions you chose to team up with changed how the game played out for you and what bonuses or accessibility to gear that you had. I'm sorry, I thought I saw a bloodsucker. It was just rebar. And so it's yeah, just fun to play. There's all, I mean, there's, what is it? Shadows of Chernobyl, I think I only played twice through 2 different difficulties. Clear Skies, I want to say I played, I think, through it like 3 or 4 times, like 4 times. And then, Call the Pripyat, I believe this is my 4th playthrough as well. It's just a fun game, and the nice part about Call the Pripyat is at the end you're given 2 choices, and one of the choices is you can just end the game, or you can go into free play mode and just basically live in this zone and continue making money by finding artifacts and things like that. Oh, another thing I guess I can talk to you about. There's a sound and sight gauge that is used. So if you're into more of the stealther aspect of the game, this game does allow you to have a little bit of stealth. As well as the control-wise, you know, basic first-person shooters. But you can have the lean. And that, I've noticed that increasingly more and more first-person shooters have not had. Because most of them are ports from consoles. And it's kind of hard to script that into a game. Alright. Let's see, what task am I working on? I'm working on that. What is that? Oh, one of the dogs. Let's see if we can sneak up on the dog. Maybe I can't jump through that. Oh well, no skin off my teeth. So right now I'm on a quest to find the documents. Let's go find documents. And there's an anomaly nearby. That's it. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. F5 to quick save. Okay, so you can hear my detector going off, and as you can see the noxious fumes. This is a noxious anomaly. But as you can see, oh, sweet, documents. Is that my quest? Was like that was it? Cool. Oh, apparently I found there's a stash in the middle of the Jupiter station. I don't remember it being that easy last time I was here. Go take care of those dogs now. Oh. So you can see my sight meter goes up as I've been seeing. Where are the dogs? Dogs, you gotta keep moving, otherwise they will just pound you with their bites, and they will actually throw themselves against you and knock you off things. Ah, bit me pretty good that time. Sometimes you get the crazy graphics, like you saw me shoot the one dog and it flung across the grass there. That does happen occasionally. And this gun kicks a ton. Which makes sharpshooting very hard. Which hopefully I'm not attracting any bandits or other mercs. But like I said, this is kind of this open sandbox place that you can find loot in places. And so it kind of has that feel that because sometimes, depends on what difficulty you're playing on, you just can't leave any corner unturned because you'll be hard up on ammunition. There we go. I hate the dogs because they swarm you. Going in the right direction? I am. I feel like I want to clear out that building. I'm going to go back here. So, about a year and a half back, they announced that there was going to be Stalker 2. I got super excited. I foamed at the mouth, squealed like a girl, you name it. Just because I love this franchise so much. And just the post-apocalyptic survival horror feel to it. This game is one of the few games out there that has ever made me jump. And so that right there by itself holds kind of a special merit to me. Because there's literally only a small handful of games that have ever done that to me. That's not done it in such a way that's like one of those cheap, what do you call it, jerk scares. Where, you know, you basically have some noisy thing call out to you and just, you know, it's half what you're jumping is the noise, not the actual scary event. There's actually some very suspenseful, nerve-wracking events that happen. Oh, yeah. So you gotta watch out for this moss. That moss is acidic. It burns you like it's like a jellyfish almost kind of thing. But so once Stalker 2 got canceled and the dev team had some financial problems, they reformed under Vostek Games and made up the previous team members, and in the current development of a free-to-play MMO FPS called Survarium. We'll put the link info below. This is a terrible second floor. There's no open doors. And they are doing it in the spirit of the Stalker franchise, using a lot of the ideas and I believe intellectual properties that they can get away with as much as possible. I think there's going to be some of the mutants and things and locations and kind of methods of what they've done in the past. You know, from the created sequel to be put into Survarium. They're currently starting to allow alpha signups. I will, you know, like I said, I'm going to put a link to their website below that they're going to announce for a future date. And so I'm super excited. I really hope that I can get into the alpha to it. I hope they choose me. If you guys are watching this, you know, this is signed under Busted Helix. Creepy hallway. So I feel like at this point I'm just going to be wandering through a bunch of empty stuff really slowly out of fear of bumping into some mercs or mutants in there. And that's not going to be really fun gameplay. So, what's this? Oh. Oh, what just happened? Oh, this is okay, so never mind, it got exciting. Put him down. There's 5 others. Steal his ammo, his sausage, and his grenade. Sweet. So as long as I'm quiet, I should be able to possibly sneak up on them at this point. Oh, one of the expensive med packs. So things just got interesting. Maybe I won't end the video right here. Maybe I'll finish up the firefight. And then... yeah, give you that back. Finish up this quick firefight, and then we'll call it a night. Ah, shit. Well, pardon my language, but did not mean to have him go overboard. I'm gonna take a shotgun. Actually, if we're gonna do that, let's close encounter here. Creepy, creepy. There's 4 guys left. Curious part is where they're at. I wonder if they got their buddy off the railing. Again, I'm sorry, this is a little ugh. Got lit up there. As I'm about to say, this wasn't very exciting. You know what? Screw them. Hope that got one of them. And let's eat a sausage. And yeah, like I said, this got super exciting right now. Did he bleed out or run away? One guy left. There we go. And like I said, now we get to loot. What are these guys? These are mercs. And I will take all your drugs and ammunition. And your vodkas. Because, well, this is Russia. And that's what we do. Ah, PDAs. And this is where you get a lot of your story arc. I'm not going to read it because I don't want to spoil the game for you guys. Because of how great this game is, I don't want to spoil any of... let's hit the take all button. Ugh, gotta be kidding me. So that's my regenerating one. I think this one is my carrying one. There we go. Now we're good. I don't even know what got that guy. I wonder if I got him with my grenade. That's the bad part. A lot of times you just don't know with your grenades. There's no... I wish it said like when you got a confirmed kill via with what. And yeah, he has like some of the expensive med kits. So there you go. That's a successful loot and raid mission. Which, as you play Stalker, you do quite a few of them. In all 3 games. Because, you know, that's what you do. Is you sneak around, you shoot baddies, and take home the spoils. And sometimes you get ambushed. And that's, like, literally, that's what makes the game so awesome. Unload. Unload all the guns. Oh my gosh, this gun. This one has possibly the best scope in the game, just how clean it is. Don't even know if it's even a decent gun or not. But nice part is I got a lot of my nice AR ammunition. So I think I will pretty much wrap it up right there, guys. I hope you guys liked what you saw. You can message me or follow me via Twitter at BustedHelix. I do accept emails at bustedhelix@yahoo.com. Or message me via the YouTube channel here that you're viewing this content from. Again, I will post a few different links at the bottom for Stalker and Survarium. Thanks for watching, and hey guys, watch out for the bloodsuckers.